Using computer audio techniques, the Sound Capstone produced 3 unique software projects. Each team designs, implements, and showcases their project by using sound techniques that they have learned in computer science and engineering. This year, the project teams developed a motion sound machine called the Blob, developed a tool set for composers to be able to sync music to movies in real time, and an iPhone app to act as a robot DJ.
In this project, we have a blob made up of a bunch of points or metaballs, and by recording the audio into a buffer, we granulate it, basically splitting it up into tons of tiny chunks, and then playing them back at various rates and levels based on the actions of the blob itself.
The yellow and purple dots are actually his hands. We're tracking that with the Kinect. So basically he's just batting all these blobs around using his hands. It's basically just really simple physics, but made to look kind of fancier than it actually is.
The design was really just a process of try and try again.
Our project is named BeatSync, and the goal of the project was to create a tool set that makes it easier for film composers to sync music to a film.
And this program really does fit into a part of the musicians' and composers' workflow.
There are a lot of tools available for composition, but when it comes to actually syncing that with movies, you still have to do a lot of manual calculations, a lot of brute force stuff, a lot of guess and check. There's no actual program that streamlines the process. Right now, software that helps sync music to video is way overkill for someone that's just going to compose their music on a piece of paper. So our program hopefully will bridge that gap.
One of the applications I worked on was the video engine, so that includes the thumbnail cache you see at the top here of our BeatSync application, and also the video preview window on the left. I guess one of the biggest challenges I found was actually collaborating with somebody else as a team. A lot of college classes that you take, especially in computer science and math, are all about individual effort. And in the real world, things are about teamwork. So actually collaborating with somebody else and trying to get on the same page is a lot more work than it seems.
Using BeatSync, you can select key moments called hits and then create a music template track. You go through and you find all the most important points. Like, let's say we want to have a hit right when she grabs this gun. We find that point and we click Mark Hit, and the program remembers that point. And you can watch it a couple more times and figure out exactly where you want the different pieces to go. And pieces in a film score are called cues. Basically convert musical time into actual time. Then export that, and you have a film score that is fully in sync with the original film without you having to calculate exactly how different tempos relate to final film time.
So our project is called the Robot DJ. Basically what we tried to do is take the process that a DJ goes through when he's providing music for a club or a party and automate that and put it in an iPhone app.
To start a mix, you just click a button and it will load all of your playlists from your iTunes library. So you select the playlist that you want, and then you choose the first track for the mix, and it'll load, and then start mixing your songs.
A lot of the stuff you do as a DJ doesn't need to be done by a person. A lot of it's very mechanical and can be automated. And so we decided, why not try this out? Why not put it on a form like the iPhone? The basic way it works is you select a playlist, and the internal logic will decide what order to play them in. It will decide when to crossfade from one song to the other. A lot of the separate components to the brain of the project, we underestimated how difficult they would be. A lot of things that we thought would be pretty straightforward, like analyzing a song for where the beats are, turned out to be much more complex and imprecise than we expected.
We had to really optimize all these processes in order to have it be fast enough to keep up with real-time audio.
Getting to understand what it's like to program for the iPhone, it's a little different than the kind of things that we're used to programming, but that's what's great about this computer science program here is that it gives you the tools so that we can learn this on our own.